Welcome back. Think inflation's cooling off? Well, the latest numbers have economists talking. CNN's Maribel Aber joining us now from the NASDAQ market site in New York. Good to see you.
Great to see you, Cheryl.
So it's not sizzling, but it's still cooking. What's behind the new economic indicators?
Okay, the latest report on consumer prices showed inflation picked up in June. The consumer price index rose 2.7% on an annual basis last month, up from 2.4% in May. Now, that's according to a government report. So the CPI tracks a broad range of goods and services, and June's report showed items like furniture and apparel costing more. Economists say the report shows the effects of tariffs are now starting to show up in the economy. Many predict rising prices will continue as businesses sell off inventory stockpiled before the trade war. The report also showed a drop in items like airfares and hotels, which could be a sign some consumers are cutting back on discretionary travel. You know, Cheryl, bottom line, prices may be cooling in some areas, but for most households, it doesn't feel like relief just yet.
Yeah, there are some things that someone can make a choice to cut back on, but when it comes to health or maybe issues with your health, you don't have the option, and it sounds like unpaid ER visits will still haunt credit scores. Talk about that new ruling.
Okay, unpaid medical debt will stay on your credit report. That after a federal judge did away with a rule wiping medical debt off credit reports. The rule was finalized by the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau in the last days of the Biden administration. The Bureau said removing medical debt from consumer credit reports could increase the credit scores of millions of families by an average of 20 points. But the judge said, well, the CFPB didn't have the authority to remove the medical debt. He said the agency is not permitted to remove the debt according to the Fair Credit Reporting Act. That act protects information collected by consumer reporting agencies. Industry groups who oppose the measure said removing medical debt would have potentially given lenders an inaccurate and incomplete picture when they made decisions on lending. But Cheryl, you know, it's a tough pill to swallow. The agency says 1 in 5 Americans has at least one medical debt collection account on their credit reports. And for a lot of people, it's not because they were negligent, it's because they got sick.
Yeah, and it can be one trip to urgent care or the ER, and suddenly you're thousands of dollars upside down just from a moment you weren't expecting. Shifting gears as we close out here, if you're looking to dine out, you might feel the pinch in your wallet even before the entree arrives on the table.
I'll tell you what, burgers, beers, a cup of coffee, those were the items that rose in price according to Toast, which makes software systems for restaurants. So the average price for a burger was up slightly in June to $14.39. The cost of a beer was up 3% to $6.46. If you're going for a premium cup of coffee, that rose to $4.50, up 1.1% in May. A couple of things that did drop in price. Both burritos and chicken wings were down 1% last month. The median price for a burrito, $13.37. You know, Cheryl, swap burgers for burritos, but you know what really gets me?
What?
Looking at the receipt for a delivery order. Delivery can make fast food like it should come with real silverware.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I can't get over the $14 burger. All right, feels like you should get a whole supersized meal for that.